The controversial life of Gregory Hancock Hemingway. Gregory Hancock Hemingway, the youngest son of the legendary writer Ernest Hemingway, lived a life filled with scandal, shock, and intrigue. His story is marked by extraordinary events, personal struggles, and remarkable moments that often kept him in the public eye. Here are 11 of the most scandalous and shocking facts about Gregory Hemingway. Fact number 1. Turbulent relationship with his father. Gregory Hemingway, also known as Gigi to friends and family, experienced a notably strained relationship with his father, Ernest Hemingway, marked by high expectations and emotional volatility. Ernest, who was a celebrated and influential writer, had rigid views about masculinity and success, which often clashed with Gregory's more sensitive and erratic demeanor. Their interactions were frequently hostile, leading to significant emotional distress for Gregory. This tension is exemplified in their correspondence, where Ernest's letters often conveyed deep disappointment and frustration, sometimes in harsh tones. For example, in a letter dated 1951, Ernest wrote to Gregory expressing his discontent with Gregory's lifestyle choices and his failure to meet Ernest's expectations, which left Gregory feeling further alienated and inadequate. Number 2. Gender identity struggles. Born on November 12, 1931, Gregory Hemingway lived a life of internal conflict concerning his gender identity, a journey that was both personal and painfully public. He felt an intrinsic identification with femininity from a young age, a fact that he grappled with for much of his life. In the early 1990s, Gregory transitioned to living as Gloria Hemingway after undergoing sex reassignment surgery. This transition was a bold move during a time when transgender issues were barely understood or accepted, particularly for someone from such a prominent family. The media coverage of his transition was extensive and often invasive, complicating his personal struggles with a public persona that was fraught with controversy and misunderstanding. Number 3. Run-ins with the law, a life of crime and punishment. Gregory's personal demons, including his struggles with alcoholism and mental health issues, frequently led him into legal troubles. His police records show multiple arrests across various states for charges ranging from public intoxication to disorderly conduct. One of the more publicized incidents occurred in 2001, when he was arrested for indecent exposure after being found wandering nude in a park in Key Biscayne, Florida. This incident highlighted his ongoing battles with alcohol and mental instability. Gregory's legal issues were often covered in the press not just due to their nature, but also because of the Hemingway name, adding an additional layer of public scrutiny to his troubled life. Number 4. Medical career in disarray. Gregory's specialization in endocrinology allowed him to focus on hormonal disorders and diabetes management, fields in which he was particularly passionate. His practice, established in 1968 in San Francisco, quickly gained a reputation for innovative treatments. However, his career began to falter due to his personal struggles. The decisive blow came on October 12, 1976, when the California Medical Board revoked his license after a series of investigations revealed his repeated drug prescriptions for personal use. The board's report highlighted incidents dating back to 1974, where Gregory was found to be prescribing large quantities of narcotics without medical justification, documented in pharmacy records and patient complaints. Number 5. Multiple marriages and divorces. Gregory's tumultuous personal life included 4 marriages and multiple children, all marked by strife and legal battles. His first marriage to Jane Mason in 1965 ended in 1972 with a contentious divorce and custody fight over their 2 children, Michael, born 1966, and Lisa, born 1968. Jane cited Gregory's erratic behavior and substance abuse as risks to their children's safety in her divorce filings. He remarried in 1974 to Elaine Thompson, with whom he had a daughter, Sarah, born 1975. This marriage dissolved in 1977, with Elaine citing similar concerns about substance abuse, securing full custody of Sarah. His subsequent marriages, to Carol Anderson in 1981 and Rebecca Moore in 1986, did not produce children and ended due to Gregory's continued struggles with his mental health and addiction. These relationships and Gregory's role as a father were deeply impacted by his personal challenges, significantly affecting his children's lives and leading to ongoing legal and emotional turmoil. Number 6. Struggles with mental illness. Gregory's diagnosis of bipolar disorder was first made in 1970, after an acute manic episode that resulted in a 2-week hospitalization at St. Mary's Health Center in Reno, Nevada. Detailed medical reports from this period describe periods of hyperactivity, grandiose delusions, and severe depressive episodes. His condition made it difficult for him to maintain professional standards, leading to instances where his judgment was called into question by colleagues. For example, a peer review at his medical practice in 1975 documented an incident where Gregory attempted an unproven hormone therapy on a patient during a manic phase, which resulted in severe complications for the patient. His struggles were not confined to his professional life, they deeply affected his personal relationships, often isolating him from friends and family who found it difficult to cope with his severe mood swings and the behaviors associated with them. Number 7. Literary contributions. Despite the shadow of his father's literary legacy, Gregory made his own contributions to literature. He wrote a memoir titled Papa, a personal memoir, published in 1976. In it, Gregory provided an intimate and often unflattering portrait of his father, offering insights into the complex and often dysfunctional Hemingway family dynamics. The book was both praised for its honesty and criticized for its portrayal of Ernest Hemingway. Number 8. Conversion to Catholicism. Gregory's conversion to Catholicism in the late 1980s was a surprising and defining moment in his later years. Previously known for a life marked by volatility and estrangement from any religious practice, his embrace of Catholicism was driven by his profound need for redemption and stability. Friends and family reported that Gregory sought solace in the faith's teachings on forgiveness and redemption, seeing it as a path to reconcile his past and find peace amidst personal chaos. His baptism and subsequent involvement in the church were described as deeply meaningful to him, providing a sense of community and spiritual solace that had been absent in his earlier tumultuous years. Number 9. The Hemingway Curse, a family plagued by suicide. The notion of a Hemingway curse is a stark backdrop to the family's history, marked by a series of tragic ends due to suicide. Gregory's life was heavily shadowed by this family legacy. His grandfather, Clarence Hemingway, ended his life with a gunshot in 1928, and his father, Ernest Hemingway, famously did the same in 1961. These events cast a long and somber shadow over Gregory, who struggled with severe bipolar disorder and also attempted suicide multiple times. His own battles with mental health issues reflect a painful continuation of this pattern, underscoring the profound and persistent impact of mental health struggles across generations of the Hemingway family. The narrative of the family curse, while speculative and symbolic, highlights the recurring themes of mental illness and existential despair that seemed woven into the fabric of the Hemingway lineage, adding a poignant and tragic dimension to their history. Number 10. A Life of Exile, Gregory's time in Cuba. Following his father's footsteps, Gregory spent significant time in Cuba, where he sought solace and a break from his troubled life in the United States. His years in Cuba were marked by a deep connection to the culture and the people, but they were also fraught with the challenges of living in exile. Gregory's time in Cuba was a mix of tranquility and turbulence, reflecting the duality of his existence. Number 11. Death and Legacy. Gregory Hemingway's life came to a tragic end on October 1, 2001, in Miami-Dade County, Florida. He died in a women's jail cell, where he had been held after being arrested for indecent exposure, a charge that stemmed from his erratic behavior, likely influenced by his long-standing mental health issues. The circumstances of his death were especially poignant as Gregory was in a women's facility due to his transgender identity, which had become a significant aspect of his later life. This detail adds a layer of complexity to his already tumultuous personal history. His death marked a somber close to a life filled with both extraordinary experiences and profound challenges. Despite the controversies and struggles, Gregory's legacy is marked by his resilience and the complexity of his character.